Hello, this is Sean Ashcraft with yet another episode of Coffee and Cigarettes, and today I'm a little bit smaller, and I'm also looking at Windows XP. Can it VNC? Well, so far, it is. I guess in the previous episodes of this thing, whatever this is, where we explore creative ideas, VNC has just been working fine. And Nora has been, oh my gosh, she's a little upset. I mean, she does this every single time you pick her up. Like, oh, she's walking all over my mixer, and okay. I think she'll be back. She always likes the pets. She does not like being picked up, though. Most cats don't like being picked up. But anyway, here we have a gateway laptop. It's right over here, and it's running Tiger VNC, which is actually just Win VNC and Tiger VNC. I don't know. I was goofing around with different what they call flavors of VNC, and this one seems to work with the particular version of Windows that I have. And I just wanted to test some audio here and just kind of see what's... Oh my god, we're not alone? Well, might not be a bad thing. Oh, because God is always with you. Sorry, that... So I found some interesting music from a while ago. So this is a little background. This particular laptop I got maybe 2006, 2007, something like that. And it was basically my personal laptop in high school. So there's going to be a lot of interesting things on here. This music part's not actually that bad. For a high schooler, I mean, come on, not that bad. The stereo drums thing was a drummer's idea. We tried, you know, this was an introduction to an album kind of track, and we were like a Christian pop punk band, so that was the whole deal with that. But yeah, this is definitely, look, it even has the person's name that owned this. It's got control panel, definitely got control panel. We'll find some information. Okay, so we are running Microsoft Windows XP Home Edition, version 2002. Nice. Just a gateway user there. Probably not supposed to show this number. I don't care. But yeah, this is, and it's got hardware. Definitely has hardware. Oh, here's WinVNC4.exe has encountered a problem and needs to close. We are sorry for the inconvenience. So be ready. I was gonna kind of be mentally prepared for this happening about every 5 minutes, and it just depends on what app I run on VNC, and I haven't really picked up the pattern yet. It seems to be when you ask the computer to do something that might trigger a network thing or might trigger like a lower level system thing, and then when VNC is like, oh, and then it just crashes. So luckily I learned a quick key command to get it back up and running here. So just give me a second. This shouldn't take too long. Okay. Restarted the service, and then this should reconnect hopefully in a short period of time. I don't really have a plan B if this doesn't reconnect. See, the problem with calling the segment Coffee and Cigarettes is not only because I don't smoke cigarettes, is I drink all of the coffee. So it's more like, here is the random guy from Aqua Wizard talking about some random thing, and not drinking any coffee, and definitely not smoking anything. And so anyway, we are back up and running. So it'll take a couple minutes. each time it decides to crash. And it didn't even load the thing I wanted it to load. So I better close system properties. Okay. Oh, it is already crashed again. Jesus. Okay. All right. So this time I will close the system properties. I just wanted to show what, what kind of system it is. And then just do that quick. So with different operating systems, there's usually like the meta key. And that is something that can be very handy to learn what's the meta key for this operating system, because that will usually make stuff go a little faster. There we go. Okay, so we will stay away from like low level. I don't even know if that's a low level. We'll try to stay away from the apps that tend to crash often. So, since this, look how many copies of the VNC server is down here. There we go. Good old refresh. Just kind of getting a new view there. But yeah, this should work. I was testing this earlier. Yeah, Solitaire. You can definitely play Solitaire over VNC. This is probably one of the #1 things that you can do if you have to use VNC a lot and you're on a Windows system. Especially Windows XP, you're pretty much guaranteed somewhere in the system is probably a hidden, even if you're doing Windows NT, they might not have MS Hearts, so that's kind of the more like, advanced, software, but I'm pretty sure, now there's like Windows Server and stuff like that, they're not going to have, most of these games on there, but a lot of systems, even the professional systems, they'll sneak the Solitaire in there. We'll take a more full exploration of all the different things, because I spent a lot of time on Windows. It was operating system of choice for me from like middle school through high school, and then went to college. Of course, you're gonna get a Mac if you go to a program where they're like, we're not going to require that you have a MacBook or a Mac, computer, but we're going to highly recommend it. And everything that is going to be in all of your classes is only going to run on Mac. So good luck if you accidentally already bought a Windows computer or you like Windows. But yeah, you can also get the Minesweeper. This has got the classic Minesweeper. And by the way, this particular layout, I just happened, as a high schooler, it's been a long time with a lot of different operating systems. I just happen to enjoy the Windows 95 aesthetic. So that is I resurrected this laptop, got VNC running on it. This was the layout. This was the theme that was running when I booted it up from the last time, which was probably a good over maybe 10 years ago. Actually, that's not true. I tried to back up a lot of my files, and so maybe like 5 years ago, I probably booted this up and just copied all of my files over and put it somewhere. But yeah, this is pretty much the same state that it was in. So I guess one notable thing is this up here at the top, most people do not have this on any Windows system, and I don't really know how I found this out. This is actually built into Windows, so I guess you could have added these little extra taskbars if you wanted to, because why not? But yeah, it runs the classic games. You got Minesweeper. Minesweeper might be just a little tough to run. Oh no, it's fine. It just didn't register a click or something there. Thanks, Nora. Nora almost lit off that bomb there. That probably would have been bad news. But yeah, I used to play a lot of Minesweeper, so let me just get a good quick game out of my system here, and then we'll move on. But yeah, this is going pretty good. You don't have to put the flags down, but if you haven't played Minesweeper in a while, this might be a good thing. 36 seconds. What's my best times? I am very curious. 7 seconds? That's pretty good for a beginner. That's not bad at all. That's, I mean, granted, a lot of it, especially in the beginner level, is pretty luck-based, but oh my gosh, 54 seconds, 179 for expert. I did play quite a bit of Minesweeper, but we're not going to do that all today. So I guess one thing, I could try to run stuff and get on the internet. Almost guaranteed to crash VNC, because you got network stuff and you got, you know, a fairly recent version of Firefox trying to do something on this old laptop from, I don't even know. It said the version of Windows, like 2002. I'm not sure if that's the year or the revision number, but yeah, there is a lot of crap on here. Comes with this Rhapsody media player, media source go, like that was like a thing with computers. Like it wasn't enough that the operating system had its own built-in thing. You had to have your own real player, or you know, whatever, Win player. I don't, all these just unnecessary applications for things that already work just fine. But yeah, here's a you know, AOL Instant Messenger client. Let's just see what happens if I try. Ooh, I forgot. Sorry, this is probably gonna make it crash, but because it's a networking thing. But it's connecting, configuring, invalid AIM server address. Okay, that I would probably figure. Yeah, probably won't work that great. But yeah, you can kind of, and it crashed. You can kind of get a feel for the whole aesthetic just out of that small sampling right there. Kick the VNC server back on. Sometimes you just got to give it a good kick in the side, and it'll get back up and running. Yeah, really wish I had a bit more coffee prepared, or a bit more filler material prepared for all these crashes, but I think that one was particularly worth it because AOL Instant Messenger was definitely the de facto protocol standard for communications between high schoolers in the year 2007. So 2008 maybe. Started moving on around 2008 to other things, but up until that point, at least where I'm from, I mean, I'm sure there are different communities out there that do, you know, different things, but yeah. Carbonite online backup would never backed anything like this up. So naturally people are drawn towards games, and there are some pretty actually surprisingly cool games on here, but before we get to those, let's see if Frets on Fire just magically runs. Frets on Fire was a obvious ripoff of, here we go. Yeah, it almost plays the music in time, and it is totally glitching. It's not glitching out on the the actual laptop itself. It's just glitching out on. Oof. Nice. Boom. Gosh. Look at this. Okay, I don't know. I'm just easy mode. I have no idea what even is going on here, but get ready to rock. I think, what do you do here? Zero. What do I do? How do I play notes? Okay, we're gonna fade that down and just escape. Let's get out of here. We're escaping here. Okay, you can't actually interact with it. Quit to main menu. Well, that's Frets on Fire. It's supposed to be kind of a ripoff of, you know, the Guitar Hero rock band stuff. So, hey, it didn't make VNC crash yet, so that's nice. So let's move right on along. Or we'll just skip right over that. Let's get some Crayon going on here. Crayon Physics. Okay, here we go. Is this a 5-day game by this guy? And yeah, let's check it out. Draw a box. So there was plenty of games like this back in the day. Physics games. You can right click to erase, I guess. Okay, cool. There. All right. And you can actually just draw kind of whatever you want. Triangle. Oh. You can draw whatever you want. A triangle. Sorry. Sometimes it's fun to entertain yourself. So anyway, there we go. Got the star. So that's Crayon Physics. It definitely runs on Windows XP. And then the rest of the games in the games category is just normal Windows stuff. Yes, pinball. Gateway, so it's the Gateway computer, so it comes with Gateway stuff. WinDVD Creator. I definitely remember using this to make some copies of DVDs or other things. AdAware, these are definitely things I had to turn off before starting the stream. All of that stuff. So here is kind of where I focused a lot of my energy in high school was how to music. So we'll just go straight down the list. There's no reason to beat around the bush. Acoustica Mixcraft was one of the premier DAWs, digital audio workstations that I used. It made WinVNC crash almost immediately, but you can just, from right here, this screen shot, you can totally pick up the vibe on. I really love how simple it is. There's 4 tracks. It does audio. That's all it does. It doesn't do MIDI. It doesn't do anything else. You just mix 4 tracks of audio together, and I think you can put 1 or 2 plugins on each track. And that's with the paid version of it. It just, it didn't, you know, spend a good $30 on this. So let me go ahead and restart VNC. And yeah, I mixed quite a bit of music. I bet that introduction music we were hearing a second ago, I believe that is something that I mixed with Acoustica Mixcraft. And I looked into it. Mixcraft still exists. They are on like a much newer version. They added MIDI support. It's basically just another boring GarageBand ripoff. You know, Apple GarageBand is kind of the... I wouldn't say it's a ripoff because they're all ripoffs of each other. They're basically all the same thing is what I'm trying to say. Oh, shit. I wanted to close Mixcraft before. But there you go. Hasn't crashed yet, so... Yeah, so I would say if we are scoring VNC experiences across the different platforms so far, maybe I should have some fun, like, you know, ranking system. Is it S tier, F tier, you know, least recommended operating system to VNC with? I would say so far, Raspberry Pi is up at the top. Buttery smooth VNC experience, absolutely. No problems at all. But then again, they have like a legit... yes, I run a 192 network on subnet 0, just so you know. But anyway, what was I even saying? Just kind of like lost my train of thought completely. So, oh yeah, different VNC experiences. So yeah, Raspberry Pi is great, but they have a brand name VNC platform. So of course it's going to run great because it's a commercial product that they're basically advertising, which is fine. That's something about the Raspberry Pi system I appreciate. they put in some basic stuff, but it's, you know, stuff that people use, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, and then moving on from there, OS 9, kind of flaky. You know, it got the job done. It didn't really crash when I was using it. But then again, I was trying to avoid those, like, oh, don't run networking things because it's going to get... I think that's something we take for granted with computer systems nowadays, not only with the hardware, but the networking stuff was very... like, TCP/IP was like one way you could do networking, and now everybody... Well, you know, I'm not going to go there, but anyway. And I would say that this is not the best one. This is by far the most glitchy, crashing one, but something I will say, though, is... the laptop itself, it's obviously just a thing about its display, and I do not have the interest or ability to get a good view on it, good camera angle on it, but it looks much duller than what we see here on this. So it's kind of like, you know, an old display that's duller, but also the dimensions are like slightly skewed in a way that I never really noticed, because it's like taller, if that makes any sense. And it must be just like a slight stretching vertically of I don't know. It's sorry. Whoops. Did not mean to click on that. Yeah, it's just when I booted it up into the VNC server, I was like, oh my gosh, it actually looks like a normal Windows desktop. And if I look at the laptop, I'm like, yeah, it is. There's something odd about the way it's stretched vertically. And yeah, I wish I had something more interesting to say about that, but not at the moment. So I was going through music stuff. Let's pop on back down to there. Damn, yeah, it's creative media source. So I'll just quick, you know, stuff that I've got on here. This Lexicon Omega. This was one of the first audio interfaces that I got, and it was pretty cool because it was very educational. It worked with ASIO, which was kind of like still kind of the industry standard for Windows audio, because Windows kind of stinks, and so there has to be like another industry standard for audio. But yeah, this thing had a couple mic inputs. It was obviously trying to compete with Pro Tools hardware at the time, and it was definitely a lot cheaper. So but none of these are apps that are really that interesting. MIDI aux was like an app that lets you send MIDI to different applications. So, but here's something that really started a long and winding road. Music Masterworks. Compose music with ease. This is basically a MIDI file editor that just was very particular. $35. I bought this back in the day, but I do not have an updated code or whatever, so it's just going to be a trial version. If I can get VNC to run reliably. So let me go ahead and... I remember this running on VNC, so that might have just been like a random-ass crash. Let me go ahead and pop that back up there. Should pop back up in a second, and while that's loading, let me try to prep a song here. This looks like a good one. Let's see if it stays up. We're connecting. Let's see here. No secondary crash yet, so there we go. Now we're back. Maybe not. Okay, no, this looks fine. All right, so this is Music Masterworks, and it's starting to play some music here. Let's listen in. I cannot hear it. Or cannot? What is happening? I'll press play. Oh, I accidentally added a note. That's what's going on. So, you know, it's MIDI music. It's fun. And this was the thing that I basically learned music with, I guess. That's weird. It's like playing the music around when you put the note in there. And something that always bugged me about this software is that you can put any kind of note just wherever you want in the staff. I have no idea why it lets you do that. And it doesn't even really, I mean, it tries to format it in a way that looks okay, but no, that's not how that. Such a weird software. Yeah, look, I just tripletized it. I just added a triplet, and it's so wacky. And then you can change the grid here. Don't show grid lines. We'll just kind of eyeball it there. Why not? Here's some triplets. What the heck's like? After a while, it just starts giving up, and it just. So, despite the fact that I used this software in particular, and this is not something I wrote. This is something that just kind of came with it. Let's see if I can find something. New hardcore song 2. Oh no, I couldn't find it. Okay. Let's see if I can find some stuff that I've written. Is that gonna make it crash? Yes, it is gonna make it crash. Damn. I wonder if it's trying to like register or something in the background. But let me load something up and then I'll loading something up, and then I will do something else. I'll show this piece that I wrote back in the day. I guess I can play it while we're waiting. Oh god. Here we go. All I see 12/8. What's going on here? I don't know. Something's going on here. There we go. Yeah. I remember this now, yeah. It's something I wrote, so obviously I'm going to know how it goes, even if I haven't heard it in like 5-10 years. Yeah, so this is what nerdy high schoolers... No, nobody was doing this back in the day. So, oh god, I forgot about this. This is so dumb. And it made it crash anyway. So, because this is demo software, I guess it's allowed to do this. And let me see if I can demonstrate it before the timer counts down all the way here. But basically what's happening here is it says, thank you for trying Music Masterworks, day 3. My brain didn't even register. Day 6,423 of your 35-day trial. And the countdown already wrapped up, but so I can't really demonstrate it. And of course, it's going to make VNC crash yet again. So I'll just go ahead and exit. And what just happened was Music Masterworks demo version, it somehow will lock your cursor into the order now button, and you can't move the cursor outside of that button for the amount of time that countdown is going. Like straight up just like malware advertising technique at the end of your demo. Like, look how great this software is, guys. Aren't you impressed by this demonstration? Let me hold you ransom from your entire computer for 35 seconds to remind you that this was only supposed to be a 35-day trial. It's so fucking ridiculous, man. Here's another one that I used. It's slightly more advanced. It's less of a MIDI editor and more of a sheet music thing. So here's something really, I mean, very good for a high schooler, but just kind of silly. Yeah, this part's no good. This is too silly here, but then it gets kind of fine later. You don't even want to listen to this part. This is so dumb. So, my God, Jesus Christ, that's terrible. So, a tool like this for a high schooler with way too much time on their hands, eventually. This is sort of like looking at somebody's old doodles or drawings or whatever, where, it's like, I'll just come up with some music stuff. But as you can see in this software, it actually attempts to make the music formatted correctly. Even if you don't read music, I'm sure you can appreciate that. That last software, just randomly, you could put, you won't be able to read that music. But this music, it's sheet music software, you should be able to read it, is kind of the idea. So yeah, I used to spend a lot of time goofing around with stuff like that. In fact, I had a shortcut. What did I use as a high schooler? Well, there was a bunch of the Windows desktop wizard. Here was all the crap that was on the desktop. Just some people, their desktop is basically just everything that has ever, it's fine, that's an easy way to get to whatever you need to. So I had Mixcraft on there, I had AOL Instant Messenger 6, I had Adaware, Bejeweled Blitz, of course. I had a free version of Cubase, that was kind of fun. Played a lot of Free Cell. We'll get to Halo at the end. Some random files that I probably forgot about. I did try to run the Microsoft stuff. Yes, Clippy, Clipit, whatever the actual name of Clippy is in there, but it's not. It's gonna make VNC crash. It's not worth it. MIDIox, just MIDI things, spin top games, just seeing anything that would pop up. Program files, registry mechanic of. I don't even remember running any of this stuff. Spybot that was running. There's probably a lot of other stuff. Synth font. So there's different ways that you can make sound fonts. Kind of the official name for MIDI sounds. I was goofing around with that in high school because that was kind of fun. It was like a cheap way to get like a synthesizer, TablEdit was let's just see if this runs. This was a tab editing software licensed to Pam Ashcraft, apparently. Let's see. Whatever seems to work there. But yeah, the TablEdit software is really nice. It, there you go. I'll just listen to this. Love the portamento. Oops, I'm writing. Yeah, this was, good software for making tabs, and the notation looked okay. It kind of had some funny, weird things going on, but that's fine. I don't really care. All of the software, I'm pretty sure they still make this software in newer versions for Windows. So apparently they're still, I do not use any of this stuff anymore. Earlier we saw Windows Media Player and ZDoom. This is a Doom launcher. It works fine, but I mean, Doom's not all that impressive. Let's just be honest. By this point, this is a mid-2000s computer running Doom. Obviously, you can run Doom. Those are probably the top things. VNS Sound Font Studio, whatever. I didn't have like a ton of stuff on here that was all that fun, to be honest. Let's see if there's anything else. I'm not playing Bejeweled Blitz. So we might just cut ahead to the program files folder. You know, I'll just do a quick scan through here. Sometimes there's something hiding in here, but yeah, Doom, obviously. It does make VNC crash, so. I had some interesting VSTs. Riven, I think you need to run that with the disks. It came in like 6 disks, so there's no way you're putting that on, what's this woof thing? Woof. I've never said woof. I always say wolf. What's this? EM clear out. I have no idea what any of this is. AOD, AOL stuff. Ahead. Anyway, yep, let's jump to Bungie and run some Halo in the Halo and get the Halo. That way we can Halo while we Halo. Yes, it is working. Continue anyway. It's running. We've got Halos. Do we get sound? Yes, we do. So yeah, it is running pretty smooth on the laptop. There's no lag. There's none of this tearing. It looks fine. It looks like what it's supposed to look like. I don't know if it's supposed to sound like that. Is it supposed to sound like that? Like, I don't know. Microsoft Game Studios. And then we got classic Halo music. I should have just had this on in the background the whole time. That would have been pretty cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and try a campaign. Let's go ahead and try one. I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna have to play with the trackpad over here. Yeah, let's just continue. All right. I'm playing with the trackpad on my right hand, and I've got...
Chief? Chief, can you hear me? At last. Are you all right? Can you move?
I can move, yes.
The others. The impact.
All
There's
right.
nothing we can do.
Yeah, fuck them.
Warning. I've detected multiple Covenant dropships on approach.
Uh-oh.
I recommend moving into those hills. If we're lucky, the Covenant will believe that everyone aboard this lifeboat died in the crash. Alert! Covenant dropship inbound.
There they are.
We must be looking for survivors. I recommend immediate
Wait, where do I
evasion.
go? Here we go. I'm evading. Come on. So... It's so dark on this screen. It looks pretty good on the laptop. Music seems to be working pretty good. It is kind of a lower frame rate. I bet you can probably assess that the resolution is not super high. It's not super complex. I can't really tell what's going on. Did I go around them? Nope, they're attacking me. I can see, but I can't really see, you know what I mean? Like, is this? No. It's just like it's fuzzy on the laptop just enough so that I can't really tell what's going on. And plus it's like over in an awkward place, so that's not exactly helping the situation here. So yeah, this is going a little better than I thought it would. Oop, okay. Kind of hard to control my shooting. Sorry, guys. Just doing my job. Is that it? Okay. So yeah, that's Halo. You can see the Halo right here. Ta-da! We did it. Alright, so let me... That's weird, the VNC thing doesn't really seem to like to respond. But this works fine, so... we're gonna quit because this is awkward and my hand is getting tired. Yes, we are going to quit. And it's probably gonna make VNC crash right as it quits. No, that's fine. Alright, cool. That was a blast from the past. So I don't believe there's anything else that's all that interesting on here to show off. Let's do one more quick... Oh my gosh, really don't look at that. Should run these on a separate account. I guess one kind of interesting thing was looking into my documents, specifically my music. Don't want to get too personal, but just a totally random collection. I mean, Radiohead, obviously, as a 2000 whatever kid. Gonna have some Radiohead. Some Silver Sun pickups, Muse, obviously. Modest Mouse. Me Without You. You know, I've always kind of been in all the different, you know, rock and roll genres and stuff. Apparently I had a mix from somebody. Ill Bizzle is the Life Broken band. And what the heck is this doing? A license backup? Is that actually... No, it's not. I have no idea what that is. MIDI is actually MIDI. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Nick Drake, you know. Expanding my horizons a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I guess I really didn't have that much interesting stuff in here. I guess there's quite a bit more stuff that I have in here. This is an interesting little image. How did I get that on there? Properties. Customize. Let's customize this. Oh, you know what's gonna make VNC crash? Jeez. Oh, it doesn't even show it now. Oh, I bet that's because the image is associated with the music. So the folder is like... The folder is automatically pulling in the music, album art or something like that. So anyway, this is just a bunch of random music that I have in here that I have backed up. But I don't remember the Courtney EP, mostly because this was something I recorded for somebody. Oh, look at this. It's all... Anyway, I recorded it for somebody. Here's a bunch of, you know, experiments and things like that. Some practice stuff. Oh, yeah, Guard My Cows. That is a... Why don't I just listen to this? It'd be fun. Yeah. Just making sure it doesn't open with that real player or whatever. Kind of goof it up. But Guard My Cows is a not bad. It's this piece. This is what the name of the song is. But yeah, the original name is in Spanish, and I don't remember what the Guatemalas de Vacas, or I don't remember. I don't know what the words are. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. I played this piece as my not recital, but audition piece for music school. It's just that easy. You had to also play some scales and stuff, and they're like, do you know how to play guitar? Well, I think that's about it. Yeah, just a small blast from the past. Nothing too crazy. I wish, there was more nostalgic visuals to share here. I guess the best I got, here's the classic WinRAR. And of course, WinRAR does indeed make VNC crash. So I guess today's segment is really, does it crash VNC? And we've explored many applications that are useful for living in the 21st century. And we have found that most applications indeed on Windows XP will make WinVNC crash. So there you go. If you're trying to help, give somebody some support, try to, help your grandma with her computer, and you want to install a VNC on it, maybe try something else like, I don't know, Microsoft remote support, use the tool that it's still, because I keep forgetting to do this. My goodness. All right. I have to close the problem app, then restart VNC. Duh. But yeah, I also just don't recommend Windows XP at all. It's not exactly a fun operating system. It's very confusing to most people. There was a lot of unnecessary, virus software and all that crap. Just an all-around awful operating system. I mean, it does what it needs to, I guess. It's got a file system. You can run. So here's the command I've been doing is you hit Command R, meta key R. Did that make it crash? No. What's the meta key? Is it an option? I guess I don't know how to send the meta key. There we go. Hit meta key. That'll just bring up the start menu. And then you got all these like little underlined letters here. You hit those letters, and then that does the thing. And if you want just a good old command line, you can just type cmd, which runs the app that's called command. And it pops you in here. This is sort of like Microsoft MS-DOS, but it's actually just a command line for XP. And it does stuff. You can derp and list your directory. You can do a bunch of other stuff, but that's all I'm gonna. I don't really know how to do anything cool in Windows XP. But yeah. So yeah, this is your root. You got your documents and settings, you got your program files, and then you got your Windows stuff. And then apparently I've got all this other crap that I don't need. So it's, compared to the other operating systems, pretty straightforward root. Raspberry Pi, the root on there has a bunch of stuff that people don't even, I don't know. Windows, they're like, we'll take all that crap, people don't know what it is, and we'll put, oh my god, look at all this. I don't want this stinking, I don't even, just a bunch of hidden files. But anyway, yeah, like here's all the crap, though. You don't need all this crap unless you're Windows. I am gateway user. And yeah, let's see if there's any other cool documents since I, do I want to look at my pictures? I don't know. Me, oh nice. I am not going in there, but you can get a feel of what, we're not going in there. Oh yeah, I probably have some. No, I do not. Okay. I was about to say maybe I have some like old videos or something. Here's a bunch of cool things that, you know, from back in the day. Computer sounds. What the heck is this? Let's just see what some cool sounds are. Oh my gosh, Nero Showtime 2. Why are you loading? Cannot play this media. Why did you even try? Oh my gosh. Okay, play with Windows Media Player. Codec acquired. Oh my gosh. I'm scared to play it now. It can't play it. I don't know why. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of here. My games. Hello. Cool. Essays. Oh yeah, free jazz lessons. I was trying to learn jazz guitar at the time. And otherwise, just a bunch of documents I probably wrote for high school. Pulp Muppets. What? Palanca labels. TransUnion. Okay. So I think I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here. So thanks for watching. Hope this is informative. A little bit of history, a little bit of inspiration. It would be kind of cool to load up some more of those audio things, but I know it's going to make VNC crash. So I would say this overall VNC experience, when it's working, it's fine, but you're probably going to run into more crashing than goofing. So do not recommend. And look, I've got AOL. I don't want AOL Instant Messenger down here. What is it doing? See. Yeah, you're just gonna be goofing around with stuff, and it's not gonna be worth your time unless you know, maybe you grew up with Windows XP and it has a little bit more of a soft spot in your heart. With me, it was more like, gosh, I have to write a Windows report, or how do I get this audio? How do I record audio? I don't know. Or boop boop boop. How do I do music notation? It's pretty big into that, so it was good for those things. But anyway, yeah. Bye, Aqua Wizard stuff. Goodbye.